Hello everyone, my name is AP the Wordman, and welcome back to another little project of mine. A series called Love It or Hate It, a spin off of the tier list system, a little bit more simpler. There's going to be a couple extra versions. We have a like, dislike, and neutral on it, but a little bit of a different take. And I'm going to start off with Pokemon, specifically the Mega Pokemon, because, we got a new Pokemon video game with more new Megas plus DLC. Now, I was sort of debating whether or not to do this because Nintendo has been the shits lately with their stupid patents, but, let's take a break from how bad they are. Just look at the overall magnificent creations of the Mega Pokemon they've created. I've already kind of done, what each category is going to be, like which each Digimon, each Pokemon, like whether I like it or not. But in evaluating these Megas, I fell under basically a couple of categories of: is design better than the the base version? Does the enhancement, like say stats and an ability, do they improve it overall? So those are some of the factors I use to determine whether or not a categorization. At the very end of this, I'm going to show everything off, like which ones are in love, which ones are in the hate, organize in a nice order. Without further ado, let's begin. I'm not going to show my face. You don't need to see it because, we need to see the artwork. So let us begin. So first off, we're going to start with Venusaur. Now, Venusaur, he's one of the very first Megas. When he becomes Mega Venusaur, he gains the ability Thick Fat. He's a bit of a well-rounded attacker. He's more a defensive option. I would say the design is definitely an improvement. He's got some more beautiful flowers, better leaves, a little more design aesthetic. I think I do like this design. It's nice. I like the ability. It makes it a lot super tankier. It's a nice. It does a very nice job to the old school Pokemon Venusaur. We know him to be a very tanky, plant-based Pokemon, despite him being weakness to Psychic, given poison. But so it's a nice improvement, and for that I say I like it. It's good. It's not. I kind of do. When I say it's an improvement, it's only a slight improvement. I could take either one. But I will say that the Mega Venusaur is definitely an improvement. Next up, we have Charizard. Now, Charizard, of course, has two different versions. We have the X version, which became Dragon and Fire and gave the Tough Claws ability, and then the Y version, which kept the Flying attribute but gained the ability Drought, so it could summon Sun. Mega Venusaur X was much more of a mixed attacker. You could do more physical and special, but they use more primarily physical. Whereas the Y version is all special attack and high speed. And in terms of design-wise, Charizard X is definitely a little bit more Charizard, whereas Y is more, I would say, Charmeleon-esque. I personally, of the two, I like X a little bit better, just because it keeps the Charizard aspect. It makes the wings a lot better. And just kind of suits its double nature, being a physical attacker and special attacker. I don't know. And I also like the new color to it. It's very nice. So, why I like, I did this in different order, but yeah, I like why I like being more special attacker. I just kind of wish the wings weren't so a little bit shattered. Like they kind of look like they're torn a little bit. I do like the head. The head is very nice, and I do like the giant wings. But yeah, X I love. And X is an excellent design. Moving on, we have Blastoise. Now, Blastoise is a bit of a gimmick. He does, I forget the official name, but it's basically boosts sphere-based moves like Water Pulse, Dark Pulse, Aurora Sphere, and I think there's a couple others. But basically, it improves those. It's a very gimmicky. It's much more of a gimmicky Mega. Now, design-wise, I do think it's an improvement. The gimmick, I do like it. I personally, if I'm gonna go with having that sort of ability, I rather like to use Clunster a little bit better. Even though this is still a very tanky boy, he's a lot more tankier. I don't know. Blastoise, I would have leaned more into defensive option rather than the offensive, I guess. I don't know. Or something, maybe, I don't know. It's like, Hydro Pump was designed for it, and then like Hydro Pump doesn't get a boost from it. It seems like a bit of a shame. Like, I don't know. I think I would have rather had adaptability, or the move was all like cannon-based moves. Maybe including like Ice Beam, whatever. I don't know. I think I would have liked more options with this ability. But overall, I say I do have a good, nice like to it. Oh. Next up, we have Alakazam. Alakazam upgrades gets Traceability, which means it copies the other opponent's ability, which can be circumstantial. I'm gonna straight out say this. I don't like this. I hate Mega Alakazam. I think regular Alakazam is much more badass. It screams more menacing. This looks just super old timey and like put it out to pasture. So it's once upon a time its stats weren't as a big of an improvement as say others, but yeah, it's I think Trace doesn't necessarily do it good justice. It's much more defensive than I would say more offensive. I don't know. I like regular Alakazam more. It didn't need an upgrade. Next up, we have Gengar. Gengar became the executioner, basically. It decided to... when it Mega Evolves, it holds you in place. It uses Shadow Tag. And with its massive offensives and other nasty moves it learns, this thing is absolutely terrifying. It also looks very demonic with like the third eye and everything. Gengar is definitely, like, even in the Gigantamax version, is still also very terrifying. They definitely know how to improve it. The arm aspects could seem a bit weird, but you know, we have the Shadow Tag, we got the third eye, and it's a massive, insane offensive boost. Like, you don't want to run to this thing. For that, I'm gonna give it a like. It does the job. It does very well. Next up, we have Mega Kangaskhan. And this one, it gains a parental bond, which means the little baby can play. So the improvement of designs more in the baby. Parental design allows it to attack twice. So very nice ability. I kind of wish Kangaskhan got a little bit of an upgrade, and not just the baby wise. I've never used it. Kangaskhan's been one of those Pokemon I wanted to use more, but just haven't. I think because Kangaskhan itself doesn't get an improvement, I'm just going to kind of be just neutral with it, if I'm going to be perfectly honest. I like the ability, and it has a good moveset, so it's not the end of the world, but I'm just kind of more neutral on Mega Kangaskhan. This used to be an absolute nightmare competitively, from what I've heard. Next up, we have Pinsir. So, design-wise, massive improvement. And it honestly... So, not only design, it looks absolutely terrifying. It gains the flying attribute and aerialate, which means normal moves become flying moves, which it has a nice, healthy brand of that. Mega Pinsir looks like something I would want to bring a Digimon to fight with. This thing looks terrifying. It's absolute nightmare. It's a scary motherfucking bug. And listen, on the tipping point, because it just gained the ability to use flying moves, it makes it so much better because I don't like Heracross. I don't hate Heracross, but I'm not super in love with it. I just think Pinsir just got shafted, especially considering it learns so much more fighting moves. And for that, I gotta say, I love Mega Pinsir. Mega Pinsir is GOAT. I think maybe overall, I think he's my second favorite Mega. He is super cool. I absolutely love the terrifying nature. Next up, we have Gyarados. Now, Gyarados becomes dark in water, so he's a bit effective against fighting. He also gains Mold Breaker, which from a normal in-game perspective, in-game, it seems very situational and you don't know what to do with it. Mega Gyarados kind of reminds me of a tuna. Losing the flying ability seems a little bit lackluster, and I kind of think the design doesn't do much of an improvement over it. Oh, and I forgot to. I think this is I think I'm more. Yeah, I'm more neutral on it. Yeah, I have to do. Have to do this one. Yeah, I. It's not the end of the world change. Like it's not absolutely terrible, but I just think regular Gyarados is just fine. It didn't. I don't think it really needed it to be a Mega. It's one of those that could have it didn't need it. It's nice looking, but I don't know. It looks too fat and stupid a little bit. Next up, we have Aerodactyl. And Aerodactyl. Let's see. Now, Aerodactyl is in X and Y is one of the earliest Megas you could acquire. Like you get it like before even the second gym. And that's really nice. And my luck with Aerodactyl has been, it's like my first Aerodactyl has always had Atom in nature. So it's gung-ho straight to be used for a Mega. Mega Aerodactyl gets Tough Claws. So unfortunately, Rock moves can't be super effective against it, but it can't like make good use of Rock moves. But it can make good use of everything else, especially that the one where if you don't have any items, it makes really good use of that. And I do think the design is definite improvement, and I gotta say, I give it a nice good like. It's a nice Mega. Next up, we have the Mewtwo's. These are a bit interesting. So, Mewtwo X becomes more of a physical attacker. It's kind of similar vein of Charizard X, and it gains the ability Steadfast, so it's boosted speed upon being hit. And then Y is Insomnia and just massive special attack. Mewtwo X, it kind of reminds me of like a suit, so it kind of give off a Giovanni vibe. I'm not in love with it. I would give Mewtwo X a dislike, and Mewtwo Y a like. The chest bugs me a little bit, but I gotta admit the horn and the appendages are really nice looking, so I think it's a lot more terrifying looking. This is a very little demonic baby, so I think Mewtwo having a Mega is perfectly fine, but in having two different versions works, but I just don't like X's. X is kind of meh. Next up, we have Ampharos, and this becomes Dragon Electric, and it gains Mold Breaker again. Ampharos, it definitely deserved to need a Mega, but making a Dragon Electric seems a bit weird. It doesn't really add resistances, and Mold Breaker has its purpose. I'm just not the best at competitively, and just from an in-game perspective, I don't run into it very often where I would need that ability. Just like what it affects is like really weird. Like the only one I think I know off the top of my head is like Sturdy and Levitate, and even then I think it still screws me up. But yeah, I'm neutral on this. I like Ampharos, but Mega Ampharos doesn't really do anything for me. I think the hair need to be redesigned or something, or need to go in a bit of a different direction. And I don't think making a dragon was necessarily the best option. I don't know. I think making this electric fighting would have been a little bit more interesting and kind of made it more balanced of a mixed attacker. I don't know. I think that would have worked a little bit better in its favor. And then I'm not sure what move I would add to it, but ability would add to. But I think making it fighting would have been a little bit more interesting. Next up, we have Scizor, and then Mega Scizor. Mega Scizor gains the ability Technician. Scizor is an absolutely great design. Mega Scizor, it feels like the in Scarlet and Violet, the parallel versions. It gives off that vibe. I kind of don't think it's a vast improvement towards it. I mean, Scizor is really hard to make improvements on. Giving it Technician is perfectly fine. It's got good usage of it, but it also had that in its previous form. I say the head looks good, but the arms, I don't know. I'm very neutral on this. I could see myself liking in the future, but I think for now it's got to be neutral. Next up is Heracross, and it is a gimmick one. And it is a bad one, in my opinion, especially with this. It gains a massive amount of attack, but then it's skill link. And then it's like 4 moves it learns. Bullet Seed, Arm Thrust, I think Pin Missile is another one. And then I think Fury Attack. And given those moves don't have the highest accuracy, and Mega Heracross as a female, just, oh my god, it's just wrong. I hate Mega Heracross. Mega Heracross is my least favorite. It just does not do anything for me. It is an ugly bastard. Next up we have is Houndoom. Now, Mega Houndoom, of course, gets solar power. It's more, I think it gains a little bit more special attack. I wrote notes down, but then I can't really show them very well with this. But anyway, we have the Mega Houndoom. Houndoom is a good design, and especially older generations, its sprite looks terrifying. This looks very dorky on it, if I'm going to be perfectly honest. I think it makes it more dorky than terrifying. And solar power is very situational. Like, you need a little bit more setup for it. I think I probably would have gone more with adaptability with it than solar power. I don't think I don't dislike it, but I think I'm going to have to remain neutral. It's just one of those that I'm like, eh. I might see myself disliking it. I don't know. I love the head, but the body structure needs some work. Next up, we have Tyranitar, and abilities-wise, it just becomes a sand god, and it still holds the sand stream. I would say it's an improvement over base Tyranitar. It just makes it absolutely more terrifying. It looks a little bit Super Sentai-ish with it gains some extra armor. Like this looks like a battleizer with it, with the big chest. I'd say I like it. It's an improvement. It looks super terrifying. It definitely gives off a godlike feel to it. It works. Did Tyranitar need a Mega? No, but this doesn't do a disservice. Next up, we have Blaziken, and this one gains Speed Boost, which is not the fastest, but does have Speed Boost when it has its hidden ability. It's still a very much mixed attacker. This looks like an X on its chest plate. Maybe they are at some point going to make a Blaziken Y and Blaziken X, maybe? I don't know. Do I think design is improvement? Absolutely. The firing little fists, I don't know. Maybe a little bit slight change, but I think they're okay. I could see back and forth, like someone just liking regular Blaziken and not liking Mega Blaziken. But for me, I like the design. It works. It's very fitting for it. I think my very favorite part is definitely the chest plate. It works nicely. The change of colors also are all right. Next up, we have Gardevoir, and this one's kind of a bit controversial. My issue with Gardevoir has the fact that it became fairy. And then on top of that, it gets Pixelate, and Pixelate doesn't it doesn't have a lot of moves that Pixelate can work off of, and I just felt it was a bit lazy. Now here's the thing. If you wanted to make my issue with Gardevoir is it becoming fairy. I think it should have just became fairy with the Mega. And I feel like Mega Gardevoir needs more something shiny, like jewelry or something. Just make it a little bit more flashier. And I think losing a little bit of the green is also a disservice to it as well. I don't hate Mega Gardevoir. I'm not an absolute hater, but I'm going to say it's a neutral category. I think they could. I feel they were a little bit lazy and just could have added a little bit more aesthetic to it. I think regular Gardevoir looks perfectly fine and should have been kept psychic as well. You don't need to add the fairy to it. Next up is Mawile. Now, with the Mega version, it gains huge power. This also became fairy as well, which I could see. I could see it not being fairy until it becomes Mega. With Mega Mawile's offensive pool, it's really good. And for that, I never use it. I was going to try use one maybe in, I think, my latest playthrough of Omega Ruby, but I don't think I just got the opportunity. Didn't work out, or I couldn't get Mega Mawile until endgame. I gotta say, I love it. It's a great improvement. I think the shiny works nicely for a female. This thing looks absolutely terrifying. Yeah, and having huge power is a definite benefit to it. It makes good use of it. It's got a lot of fancy moves. Next up, we have Aggron. Now, Aggron is an excellent design. I love Aggron. I had a shiny Aggron back in Emerald. A friend gave it to me. With the Mega, we get Filter, so it reduces the effective moves by 25% and just becomes pure Steel type. I don't think this is much of an improvement. I think it's a bit of a downgrade personally. But like offensively, like more defensive wise, it does make an improvement. I think it needed a Mega to make it better, but I don't think Mega Aggron's design is the necessary choice for it. I'm more neutral on it. I could take it or leave it. Did Aggron need a Mega? Probably. Is this the solution in terms of design? No. And I could even see a world where you didn't need it in anyway. I don't know. I'm much more neutral on Aggron, Mega Aggron. Next up we have is Medicham, and I have a funny story regarding Medicham. I got a shiny Medicham in Platinum, and it's named after a high school crush, her full name, so I don't want to say it or anything, but it's kind of funny. And overall, it keeps the same ability as its previous predecessor, Pure Power. I say Mega Medicham is definitely an improvement. Kind of goes in with the more Asian vibe. I love the headdress and everything. And just because I have, like, I don't like my high school crush anymore or anything, but I just find it funny that I still have it all around. I never changed the name, so it has a special place in my heart. I like it. I also like regular shiny Medicham as well. So it's kind of goofy looking, and it has a special place in my heart. And I think I also tried to make it a mixed attacker, and it was like lax nature, I think. Anyway, moving on. We have Manectric. I love Manectric. Mega Manectric is interesting. It gains the ability to Intimidate. It's kind of like a more special attacker. As of right now, I'm neutral on it, but this is one that I could see myself liking in the future. It could have got improvement. I do like the little twin horns in the front, and the armor piece is not terrible, but I think it's just too bulky, I think is the issue. I think if it was a little bit more slimmer, I would have liked it a little bit better. I don't know. It goes a little overkill. It needed to, if Manectric is a small Pokemon, I think if you kind of made Manectric larger and then like scaled it better, this would work a lot better. But I could see myself turning this into a light. But for right now, I'm more neutral on it. I really like the Lightning Rod because it boosted special attack, and it was kind of useful in Pokemon Omega Ruby because they couldn't like do anything to you, Watson. But yeah, if someone likes this, I don't blame them. I'm just right now neutral on it. Next up is Bayonet. Bayonet gains the ability of Prankster. It's not super fast. It's got some good offensives. Is design improvement? Absolutely. And I'm just going to say right now, I love it. I don't care if it's not the most effective, like, competitively. It's creepy. I like Bayonet and just improves on this creepy-ass design. I love the little improvements of the pink hands and feet and the zippers as well. It's nice. I like it. Next up, we have Absol. Absol gains magic bounce, so it repels status moves. This is definitely the furry category. I can see someone wanting to screw this thing. It works nicely for a female. I've used it for the first time. It's a bit of a glass cannon, and it's a design I like overall. I don't love it. It's just a nice good like. I like the winged designs. I think if it kept I can see why it gained the ability, but I do like its ability to do massive critical hits or even do pressure a little bit. I think I think that makes for like a little bit more defensive option. But yeah, I like it. This is definitely someone's top furry moment. I definitely can see that. Next up, we have Latios and Latios, and I'm just going to be perfectly honest. I hate both of these. Regular Latios and Latios are fine. They didn't need a Mega. Soldew apparently is a lot better. The purple, it's like a fusion of their two colors, like on their chest and everything. I kind of wish they had kept the normal colors. Also, its feet are not that great. The arms are nice. Everything else is, I don't know. I just, like I said, I hate both of these. They don't do anything for me. I don't know. I just think the purple is just too simplistic, and it feels maybe a little bit lackluster in color. I don't know. I like something a little bit wilder. Garchomp. Gains the ability Sand Force. It gets slower. It's more of a mixed attacker. I think it should have kept Sand Veil. However, I absolutely love Mega Garchomp's design. This is my favorite Mega for right now. I used it. I liked Mega Garchomp at Pokken when I owned the game. I just love the spiky details, the arm bits, the head is just way more terrifying. Should have kept it more speed. Like, it should have been like maybe 100 speed or so. Garchomp's still very good, but I love Mega Garchomp. I want to use it more. This could be buzzed down because of the competitive nature, even though I'm not someone who does competitive Pokemon. But I don't know, this design-wise, it just works for me. And I think even the shiny works on it. Like, the pinkness also works nicely on it. I just like it. I absolutely love it. Next up is Lucario. Lucario is one of those that, because of how popular it definitely kind of affects it. I think it does have an overall good design. It does have adaptability, which, given its giant move pool, I don't think is that nice of a thing. I think may lean more into defensive wise could have been an option, but adaptability is not terrible. The hair is I don't like the head. I don't like the hairpiece. I think it's a little too wild, but the body is fine. I'm neutral on it. I think because of its super light nature, it definitely lends to a factor. But overall, I mean, I won't hate it. The body is amazing. Just that hairdo doesn't work for me. Next up is Abomasnow. My first playthrough of Omega Ruby, I got one through a Wonder Trade. I got a Snover. Improvement, same ability. I used one. Abomasnow is okay, but the Mega version, it's a lot better. It adds a little bit more of this ice crystals. So overall, yeah, I like Abomasnow. I've used it. It's nice. It's a nice improvement. The four-leggedness kind of works for it, although it could still be two-legger. I wouldn't mind that. I maybe kind of wish this a little bit designed. The hands were designed a little bit better, but I could see it attacking being straight up, right? Next up is Beedrill. Now, I of course used Beedrill during my Pokemon Red playthrough. It also gains the ability adaptability, so Poison and Bug are super effective. Here's my problem. I wish it leaned more towards an organic feeling rather than a mechanical design. This looks like a wannabe Waspmon from Digimon. I'm neutral on it. I think adaptability might not have been the best suited ability for it, and that design, I want it to be more organic based rather than mechanical. I think that's my overall problem. It looks like a prototype Digimon design, or it just looks too much like Waspmon. Next up, we have Pidgeot. It gains the ability Wonder Guard, which is very nice. It boosts its special attack. However, Wonder Guard doesn't affect too many moves. It only affects a certain number of moves, so to manner of speaking. But the color-wise, I dislike it. I don't know. Pidgeot needed a Mega. Wonder Guard's not a bad ability, but I don't know. I feel like I could have used maybe a different ability or something, or I don't know, or I gained more moves that Wonder Guard could work off of, and the color-wise, it doesn't work for me. Next up, we have Slowbro. Mega Slowbro gains skill armor or link. I forget some kind of armor. But basically, the ones that reduces critical hits, prevents getting critical hits. This looks like a dog toy. I hate it. Regular Slowbro is fine. Mega Slowbro is just stupid looking. And I think I forget what the name of the armor is. I think Armaldo has it as well. But yeah, no. Sorry. Steelix. I love Steelix. I think it's a terrifying Pokemon. Mega Steelix makes it too friendly looking, but I think it works for Jasmine as being her partner. It gains Sandforce's ability. I'm sorry, my wife, who I know this works for you and everything, but I just dislike it. I want it to be more terrifying. I think Mega Steelix would work way better as a terrifying creature. This looks just too friendly looking. This with the red eyes and everything. Maybe the red aspect. No, the problem is the jewels. It needed to get rid of the crystals. It needed to go more like. I think what it should have done is ditch the ground and then just like went more mechanical. Like just that's what it should have done. Like like what kind of Mega Scizor did. Just more leaning into the mechanical nature of it. Next up is Sceptile. Mega version. It gets. Lightning Rod. It gets a boost to its attack power, which it has a lot of attack-based moves. I think the design is an improvement. However, I don't like Lightning Rod as an ability. I think... I see why it is. I wish it could just make... I wish it had like the polar opposite where it got higher physical attack than special attack. So it could be a little bit more mixed attacker. I'm neutral on it. This design, it's an improvement. I don't necessarily like it, and I just don't like Lightning Rod's ability for it. But I would say I'm overall neutral. I've just had a lot of bad experiences with Sceptile. I think I've had bad run-ins. Next up, we have Swampert. Mega Swampert gains Swift Swim, so if you can throw in a rain, it's going to be an absolute monster. This thing looks terrifying, and Swampert's one of those I realized over the years that the Mudkip line is just super based and everything. It's a cool line. I like it. It's not. I like the design overall. I was about to say love it, but I'm like, oh, I think I like it. I'm not sure what would have proved it to love. I'm not 100% sure. Maybe if it was not so stubby looking. I don't know. It's a good design. Don't get me wrong. And this maybe I could boost it to a love, but I'm overall still like. Sableye. It gains Prankster, its ability. This one I'm not super familiar with. It gains a bigger gem. I'm just overall neutral. I just don't have any. I'm like, Sableye doesn't do anything for me. Like, it's not a design I absolutely hate or anything, but just I think overall Sableye, I don't like Sableye to begin with, and I don't hate. Like I said, I don't hate it, but it just doesn't do anything for me overall. So I think it had some good kind of competitive nature, but yeah, I'm just neutral on it. Sharpedo. Sharpedo's a Pokemon that I've grown to really like. And with the Mega version, it gains increases bite moves. And it does gain some nice bite moves, like Bite and everything, and Ice Fang and Psychic Fangs. Design-wise, it's a slight improvement. I think regular Sharpedo still works, and if it never got a Mega, I wouldn't be disappointed. I wouldn't have been like upset or anything. I like it. It works, but I think the Mega could have been made a little bit better. Ability-wise, it's fine. There's a part of me that still likes regular Sharpedo a little bit more. Next up is Camerupt. I like Camerupt. Camurupt's a cool Pokemon. With the version, it becomes a lot more tankier, and it gains sheer force for its ability. I don't know if that was the right option for it. Being fire and ground still makes it very weak, super weak to things. I think they should have ramped up the magma armor a lot better, like make it go to like 50%. I like it. I just wish it was more useful. And I kind of like the goofy camel design, like more like old school cartoon like, but I haven't really used Mega Camerupt, and I wish it had like a better ability. I don't think going the offensive ability is the good thing for it. Next up is Altaria. I've had one. I have a shiny version. It gains the Fairy ability, Pixelate, and Fairy attribute. This one has a lot more moves it can use. Altaria is a nice design. Mega Altaria, I think, goes a little too nutty, and I think overall I'm neutral on it. I could see myself disliking it. I don't know. I wish the Clouds did something else with it. Just instead of making like a super fluff ball, like more. It feels like it could be more balance of Dragon and Fluffy. I don't know. Maybe make the Fluffy just a little bit less. I'm not 100% sure. Glalie. I've grown to like Glalie, especially with having Freeze Dry as a move. Mega Glalie is definitely an improvement. It gains Refrigerate. It can make good use of it. It can be a bit of a mixed attacker. The Unhinged Jaw, I kind of wish it could close a little bit, but, overall, I like it. Mega Glalie's good. He's like Refrigerate, like if you can launch it with, like, say, Hyper Beam, and of course it has the Freeze Dry, which is an awesome move against water Pokemon. Sin Elements gains Aerolite for its ability. I'm going to straight up just hate it. I hate this thing. The wings are stupid. It's like the little body thing and going in cover is just no. The head's the only thing that's good about it. Everything else, no. It did not need a Mega. Straight up. Metagross. This is going to be probably a controversial one. I've liked Metagross, I think, as younger. As I've grown older, I think I've become a little bit more neutral on it. There's a part of me that says I dislike that, but I think it's a disservice to it. It's another fusion of another Metagross, and it looks okay. It looks pretty badass. And I think it also gains the Tough Claws ability. So it's definitely an offensive nightmare. I'm just kind of more neutral. Might see myself liking it, but I don't think it would never become a love. I like the super head. The hands I may wish were maybe a little bit different or something. I think the hands needed some sort of improvement. Next up, we have Rayquaza, and this became a game god. Because it could be allowed to have a hold item. Like, this was banned at one point. It was so dangerous. I'm wondering if they'll fix that in the future. I like Mega Rayquaza. The shiny version's pretty good. I think I like the regular version better than the shiny, but it's just a massive improvement. It's overall a GOAT design. So, I decided to include the primordial forms just because they're kind of like Megas. I'm going to be perfectly honest. When I saw these primordials, I just thought they were just part of like the shiny covers for Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. I didn't realize like these were different. Kyogre, I've never been a strong lover of Kyogre, and I think overall, I'm neutral. Yeah, I'm neutral on him. Having the primordial rain seems a bit strange because like fire. I guess in some cases neutralizing fire is a good thing. And then just making super steady of water. It has its uses, but it's more like it's not something you would use like solely. I think you would use it in a mix, like in a double battle or so. I do like the shiny nature. I think just doesn't do anything for me. Next up is Primordial Groudon. Now Groudon I did like before I saw the release, but then I saw its sprite work in Ruby, and I just like ugh. That being said, Primordial Sun is a great ability. It definitely works for nature because it becomes ground and fire, which is what I think it should have been in the first place. The shiny aspects work nicely. It's a like. It's a nice solid like. And I need it. I need take a break with my waters. Anyway. Moving on is Lot Bunny. Lot Bunny gains Scrappy and Fire, making his fighting ability. I think this is a nice improvement over it. I'm just not a big Lot Bunny fan, so I'm just kind of neutral on it. Like I don't hate Lot Bunny or anything. I think I've never used one, but I do think like what it offers, like the Scrappy ability and being fighting in normal, I think is a good idea overall. I'm not sure how this is going to work in ZA though, with no abilities, but it kind of looks like it wears like yoga pants. That's kind of the vibe it gives off. Maybe if the arms weren't so skinny, I would maybe put it into a light category. Next up is Gallade. Gallade has, a little bit more colors. Stats-wise, it's a very mixed, kind of like mixed. I think it's a very balanced type. I believe it still holds its same ability from what I recall. I think it still has Steadfast. Hold on. No, Inner Focus. So I can't... So, yeah, it just says fuck you to flinching, which, hey, I love saying fuck you to flinching. That is a fantastic ability. I wish the green was a little bit more into Mega Gardevoir and Mega Gallade, and it was a little bit more. I get what they're going for. I would say I like it. I think Mega Gallade is still Gallade is still better, but I see what they're going for. I wish it had still a little bit more green and had a little bit more pizzazz to it. Then finally is Audino. It gains the healer ability for its upgrade. Becomes more of a supportive option. Looks very fairy-like. I think it does become normal and fairy, I believe. I think it's very cute. I like it. Now, with that said, we're done with the megas. Give me a quick sec to kind of order things how I would round it out overall. But yeah, Audino, I think it's very cute. I kind of wish maybe it had like 2 abilities. I think something that maybe you could use more. You could use something more like in game or something. But you know what? It's fine. All right. Anyway, let me do the ordering. So give me a sec. Anyway, I forgot. We have Diancie. I'm neutral on it. Diancie, I like the regular design. I completely forgot about it. Yeah. So, yeah, I forgot about Diancie. It's Mega-wise, all right. It does have mixed bounce as magic bounce for its ability. I think I just like regular Diancie better. I don't think it necessarily needed a Mega, or it was just too soon. But yeah, I'm just kind of neutral on it. Anyway, now I can pause. I'm back. Hooks. All right. Bottom, Salamence, Heracross, Alakazam, then the Twins, and Mega Slowbro. And then the final, lowest dislike is Mewtwo Y, Mewtwo X. Then Pidgeot, Steelix. Diancie is kind of like the lowest end of the neutrals. Then Sceptile, Houndoom, Sableye, Kyogre. Then we have Altaria and the Gyarados, Ampharos. These kind of rankings could change a little bit, but then Aggron, Lopunny, Scizor, and then we have Beedrill. Then we have Gardevoir near the top, of course, with Kangaskhan. Kangaskhan, I just think is because of the usability that I like. Lucario, Metagross is in the second place, and then finally is Netric because he could become the top boy. The bottom of the like is Tyranitar, followed by Audino, then Mega Rayquaza, Mega Blastoise, Mega Abomasnow, Mega Gallade, followed by Mega Charizard Y, and Glalie himself, Mega Swampert, Mega Sharpedo, Mega Blaziken with Mega Aerodactyl, and then Mega Venusaur is near the top with Gengar, Groudon. I do like the primordial form. It's growing on me. Metacham. Camerupt is near the top with Mewtwo Y being the second place, and then followed by Absol. I think Absol could see a love in the future, but as the bottom place of the love, we have Charizard, then Bayonet for fourth place, followed by Mawile in third. Second is Pinsir, and final in love is Garchomp. So that is the ranking for my loves Mega Pokemon. Hopefully you enjoyed the series. Next time we'll be doing Digimon. I'm not sure when I'll be doing it, but yeah, hopefully you like this new kind of different style of the tier system. I love it or hate it. Anyway, guys, hopefully have a wonderful day. I'll see you guys next time.